Hello again and welcome to First Base Marine at the Lake of the Ozarks. This is Brandon, the kid from www.thekickandsell.com. Today, I'm going to give a short presentation on why it makes sense to have us sell your boat for you rather than trading it, whether you're buying a boat from me or any dealership anywhere in the country. Basically, what we're going to look at is an example and some numbers. The numbers are accurate. These are NADA numbers of my example boat. What I'm going to use is a 2001 Sea Ray 240 Sundeck. It's a popular model that we see a lot of at the Lake of the Ozarks. I'm equipping the boat with a 350 mag with no other options to arrive at simple numbers. With my example, 01 Sea Ray 240 Sundeck with a 350 mag, high retail and NADA would be $15,000. Low retail would be $12,300. The wholesale number on this boat would be $9,000. So the secret from a big dealership standpoint that you may not be aware of is wholesale less 25%. That's the real money that actually goes into your boat typically. So if you were to take 25% away from your $9,000, that's $6,750. You could say, Brandon, that's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Because they're going to give me $14,000 for my boat. They're going to give me 10. They're going to give me 12. No, sir. What they're giving you is $6,750. The gap between their trade number and what your net figure is over allowance. That's discount that you could and should be getting off the price of your new boat. So what we're going to look at here is the versus. Brokering with me, Brandon, First Base Marine, www.thekickandsell.com. If you broker with me, okay, let's say we sell your 01 Sea Ray 240 Sundeck with that 350 mag for $14,000. Seems low because it books for $15,000, but that's not much off. So $14,000. That's what I'm selling it for. Less our broker's percentage, which is the lowest at the Lake of the Ozarks, which frustrates a lot of dealerships. We sell a lot of boats. No reason for us to charge 10%. We don't have the overhead. Less 6% times 0.06 equals $840. So if you take away your $840 off your $14,000, you arrive at $13,160. Which number would you rather have for your boat? $6,750 or $13,160? Obviously, that's about half, guys. That's a difference of $6,410. That's your key right there. $6,410 difference from allowing thekickandsell.com to sell your boat for you in our market or in any other market rather than trading it. The biggest secret here too, the secret I'd really like to get across when it comes to trading, it's called leverage. And I worked in big dealerships for 8 years. So let's erase this and talk a little about leverage. There's no example needed for this here. Let me erase this for you. Big dealerships all over the country use leverage when it comes to trading. What leverage is the two common factors used when trading your boat. So leverage. We'll call it LEV. Let's say you have a boat in the market that's not marketable, meaning in our market, let's say you have a 23-foot cuddy cabin. Everybody knows a 23-foot cuddy cabin at the Lake of the Ozarks. Not a great Lake of the Ozarks boat. So when you go to trade, they're going to say, well, sir, your boat books for 10. However, the market down here is soft. We may sell that boat for $6,500. And if you have a salesperson, a good salesperson that earns your trust, that makes sense. It makes sense that even though your boat books for 10, that it's not good in our market, so it's only worth $6,500, right? So when we take the leverage here, what they don't tell you with this example is what if you have this 01 Sea Ray 240 Sun Deck, which in our market is a phenomenal boat, okay? An 01 Sea Ray 240 Sun Deck, you traded it for $6,750, real money, okay? Were my example of why you want to talk to the kid before you buy or sell any boats is this right here. This boat books for $15,000. Market on this boat is $20,000 easy. The kid can sell can easily get 20 grand for a good condition Sea Ray 240 Sun Deck with a 350 mag. So when you look at 20 grand here, which this boat will bring in the market, less our 6%, what do you have? What is 6%? It's $1,200 bucks. $1,200 bucks is 18.8. 18.8, and this doesn't play with the numbers. This is a very real game. $18,800 versus $6,750 for your boat. Guys, if my math's right, that's 3 times. That's almost 3 times as much by brokering with me rather than this. Here's the leverage. They're going to use either NADA, which they used here, or market. But they're not going to give you the benefit of leverage versus market. Well, if you have any further questions, please call Brandon, 573-552-1725.